Alright, y'all, so today I want to talk to y'all about 5 things that I have learned personally from being in the horse industry as a whole. This kind of varies depending on what exactly you're doing in the horse industry, whether you're riding, training, showing, you're just getting into it for riding lessons, or what discipline. It kind of varies, but I feel like overall it's all kind of the same. So first thing I'm going to say is, who are your real friends? Because horses are going to show you who are your real friends and who are just using you. Maybe that could be whether to see like what you're practicing on, how's your horse doing before the show. But I will say, and this is not, I'm not calling everybody out on this, but you will find there will be somebody in your lifetime. I feel like it is very common in this industry, and really in any industry. I don't think it's really just horses, but you're going to find people that are just using you to just see what you're doing. And for me personally, it all started when I started showing. And not even just showing, but when you start winning, you're going to lose a lot of friends, but they're not really your friends, because your real friends are the ones cheering you on and wanting you to go further and do better, and they're wanting to help you. But there is going to be people that you will start to notice falling off, maybe getting distance from you, not maybe being straight up mean to you, wanting to cause drama, get in your head and all that stuff. And the horse industry has showed me a lot of that, and I just don't think that's right. So the next thing is, you can literally learn something from every single person, whether you like them or not. There's something you can probably learn from them in the horse industry. So like, just by simply watching somebody's video, what they're doing with their hands, where their feet placements, how's their horse reacting, like, you can find something from every single person that can ride a horse, and find something that they're doing that you can learn from, whether it be good or bad. It might be something you're like, okay, I don't want to do that, or it might be something like, oh, that's a really good idea. But you can seriously learn from everybody, because every horse is different. No horse is the exact same. Every rider is different. So there's little things that you can take on from every single person and horse. Okay, the next one is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people, really, and it's gonna, especially, this is more for showing, the showing aspect of things, more than it's going to be just taking lessons and stuff. But people can buy their way up into this industry. That's just the way it is, and that's the way it is for a lot of people. However, you cannot buy your way into learning how to ride. Okay, so you cannot, I mean, you can pay for the best lessons, you can get the nicest horse and all of that stuff, and honestly, that's awesome and that's good, and if we all had the opportunity, we'd probably do the same thing. So I'm not coming at people that do that at all, because if you've got the money, then you should do it. Like, who wouldn't want to do it? But I will say there's a difference in learning and buying a nice horse versus paying out the judges. And a lot of people, not saying everybody does, but I will say there's people out there paying out the judges. Not even if they're not paying out the judges, they're really close friends with the judges. They're taking them to dinner the night before a horse show. Like, you'd be surprised, okay? People pick and choose, all right? And at the end of the day, if the judge is getting paid by the girl in the show ring, they're probably gonna place her at the top. Or at the end of the day, if the judge is cousin's niece, or whatever, however the family tree works, is in the show ring, they're most likely going to want to place them a little bit higher. Or if they're friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a good chance that they're trying to place somebody that they know a little bit higher, whether it be right or wrong. Now, you will get an honest judge. There are honest judges out there that are truly going to do what they think, but then there's also some not very honest judges that are just wanting to get paid and move on to the next show. They want to be back next month or next year, so they're wanting to do good. Now, there are times, like at the big shows, you have like several judges. That's a little bit more fair, because surely you're not best friends with all of the judges. But when you just have like one judge, or even rodeos, who do you know? It's, oh, your uncle is the one that puts on the rodeo. Well, of course you're going to be the first one, and you get to choose which time you want to run in, when the best ground and whatever. Like, there's little things that, if you know the right people, it helps a lot. Okay, and for the people that don't know anybody and you're just getting into this industry, it can be a little bit like hurtful in a way. I don't know what the type where it'll bring you down, because they simply just know the people, you don't, or they simply bought out the people and you can't. So you're just gonna have to work for it a little bit harder. At the end of the day, if you get to a point where you are so good and 10 times better than everybody else, people are gonna notice it, especially like the people watching the show. They're gonna be like, this is clearly rigged because she's way better. That girl messed up her pattern and she won, and that girl didn't, and she was awesome. You know, like, people will start to notice that, and then they'll start realizing, okay, like, this is rigged. People will eventually stop going, but that's just how it is. And it's not just the horse industry, it's everywhere. But pretty much anybody will tell you, like, if you go to a show, well, you're literally paying a random stranger to sit there and judge you on a piece of paper, along with 10, 20, 30, 40 people, and then just write down how she feels about you. That's literally all you're doing. And that goes into my next one, which is hard work. And I kind of just talked about that, but horses is so much of hard work because they have to eat every single day. Now, if you're at like a boarding barn and then they do like all that stuff for you, then this is not like so much you, but horses have to eat all the time, all day really. So you're constantly feeding them, cleaning out the stalls, grooming them. Is your horse okay? What's looking different? Like, it is a lot of work. And not only that, but you're riding them like 5 to 6 days a week, conditioning their body, making them healthier, trying to make them shinier, trying to make them fatter, make them muscular. You know, like, it's a 24/7 job. Working on patterns. Let's work on lead changes. Oh, that wasn't perfect. That was really close to perfect, but it wasn't perfect, so let's do it 20 more times. Like, it's a never-ending cycle, and it is a lot of work. Getting thrown off, but you got to get right back on after your body's hurting so bad, and you're a little scared, but you have to get back on anyways. I mean, it is never ending. That's just the way it is, but you love it, but it's a lot of hard work, okay? Like, there's no doubt about it. It is hard work. And then my last point is be humble and patient, because horses can be very humbling, and not just the horses, but the people in the industry. Again, it's a very humbling experience because you may feel good and then you go out and then you might not even place in a class because everyone else felt good and they were 10 steps ahead of you. Okay, so it's humbling. It's a humbling experience. And especially like getting into it can be very humbling, but just remember, like, your horse is giving you their all. If you're truly putting in your all, and your horse is also, don't beat yourself up, because it's just, at the end of the day, it's hard, and it's going to be hard, and not everybody's going to be perfect every single time you go out there, and you might have a really good day and you might be having a bad day. Everyone does. And horses have been humbling for me, because you go out there and then something messes up, and it can be humbling, but you got to be patient with yourself and your horse, because your horse doesn't really know what we want from them. We pull them out of the pasture every day. They don't really know what we're going to do. And so we just need to be patient with ourselves and our horses and give them like some grace. Give them a little bit of grace. But those are like the 5 biggest things that I could say I could take away from I've learned from the horse industry that's really taught me and played an effect in my everyday life and kind of keeps my eyes open a little bit. Put in the comments what you would say, like, some of y'all's biggest things you've learned from the horse industry. If you're in this industry right now, if you're about to get into it, I just want to say, don't let some of these things discourage you, because it truly is the best thing ever to be in this industry. I love it so much. And it's not all bad, but it's not all good either. There's going to be good times, there's going to be bad times, good people, bad people, but that's every industry, and it's not just horses. So don't let this like tear you down a little bit. Get in it, but just know that just like everywhere you go, there's going to be ups and downs, and it's just a matter of how bad do you want it. But hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see y'all again on Wednesday.